Absolutely, and let's shift focus to some global news and updates now, and we'll bring you the latest from Gaza because more than 16,000 Palestinians have lost their lives since the war has begun in Gaza. Hamas officials have said that there will be no negotiations with Israel on further captive releases until it halts its offensive. Israeli military has in fact intensified its attack on central and southern Gaza with dozens dead in the ground operations conducted in Khan Yunis. Meanwhile, the UNRWA says it expects the number of displaced people in Rafah to increase to more than 1 million in the coming days.
Well, that's some somber news coming in, but now shifting focus away from geopolitics, the job openings in US that has fallen to a 2.5-year low in October. The data pointing towards the fact that fewer workers are resigning, which over time could help ease the wage inflation. And the drop in the openings, that's the strongest sign that interest rates were dampening demand for workers, therefore boosting expectations of the Fed nearing its policy tightening cycle.
Well, let's shift focus from the US to China then, because ratings agency Moody's has downgraded its outlook on China's credit ratings to negative from stable. Moody's has, however, retained China's A1 long-term rating on sovereign bonds while expecting the country's annual GDP growth to slow to 4% in 2024 and 2025 and average at 3.8% from 2026 to 2030.
And a new high for Bitcoin yet again building up an upward momentum. World's largest crypto asset, Bitcoin, has now topped that $44,000 mark for the first time since April 2022. And the cryptocurrency has been breaching new highs more frequently over the past several weeks because there's optimism around the likelihood of a spot Bitcoin ETF approval that has been the main force behind this up move.
Well, let's talk about Apple then, because Apple's market cap has closed at around $3 trillion for the first time since the month of August. Now, the company's market cap had officially crossed the $3 trillion mark for the first time in June. Remember, the milestone is a sign of Apple's durability. The iPhone maker's stock price has risen over 48% so far this year.